Alrighty, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup webinar. I hope everybody's having a great trading session. Today, surprisingly, I have to say, I'm actually impressed a little bit with the euro dollar. Microphone, okay, not good, hold on.
Test, no.
Test. Testing, can you hear me? Same?
Testing, test. Test, shoot. Testing.
All right. Test. Testing, test 1, 2. This is coming a little bit better. Testing, can you guys hear me now? A little bit? Hold on. How about this? Sorry, we have to do this right now. Test. Test. Is that okay? Box is doable, but not perfect. Damn it. You know what happened is I was talking with my office, and the thing is, I have all these new microphones and everything else, and it totally screwed up my sound because I tried to change my speakers, and I flipped the wrong thing. So Madeline says it sounds like I'm underwater. Hold on. Testing, test. I just restarted my power on this mic. Does that sound better? At all? Same? All right. Well, hell, I'm gonna try to I'll try to work on it and figure it out. I think what has to happen is I need to actually restart my computer, and then it'll be fine. But you guys are gonna have to deal with the sound issue. Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, as long as you can understand me. So what I was gonna say is I'm actually pretty impressed with the euro dollar this morning. The euro dollar's rallied despite the sell-off that we've seen in risk. So I guess I should actually start with the S&P, which is near, what I consider is pretty key support. But what I was really looking at today, and here's the S&P. What I was really looking at today is the NASDAQ, which is trading a little heavier. And if you look at like the 4-hour chart, this is a pretty important, in my opinion, pretty important support level for the NASDAQ right through here. And one of the things that, just discussing this with my the guys from my office is that what do we have to look forward to now in equities? Now, obviously I'm talking about equities because it's going to influence what we do here in currencies, but the point being is that we don't have any more help from the Fed. I don't know if we're going to get any type of stimulus, and even if we get let's say we get $1.5 trillion in stimulus, is it what the market's been wanting? The answer is no. Then we have the election coming up. So I think the risk is starting to build that we sell off. Now, with equities, especially over the course of the next, couple of weeks, what would be the catalyst? My opinion would be polling. If we start to see Biden, pull ahead in the polls, that might actually weaken the stock market a little bit. And one of the things that I did want to mention regarding the election, and this is the one thing that I want to make, is regardless who wins, the market thinks that Trump is a sell, or the market's a sell if Trump loses and Biden wins. I don't necessarily agree with that. And I think what's going to happen is the market would, if Biden wins, the market would sell off, and then you have to be there to buy the dip. And the flip side of that is if Trump wins, I think people think that's going to be positive for stocks. I actually think it's going to be negative. So if we get a spike up in equities, we sell off. But that's neither here nor there, because we're talking a couple months away, and we may not even find out the results immediately. So what's going to move the markets right now is probably some polling. So if you continue to see Donald Trump languish in the polls, that might actually start to weigh on equities moving forward. And I'm thinking this might be the risk. Now, how's that going to influence currencies? Well, I do think that the dollar can continue to strengthen, especially on risk aversion. But we would see, the Aussie, firm up, and the Aussie would sell off. I'm trying to delete that. It's not working. There we go. The Aussie would sell off, and we'd approach support. And same with the Kiwi. The Kiwi would, start to break down, and the dollar Canadian would, start to firm up, and we'd play out this inverted head and shoulder pattern. So I think that's how you play a sell-off in equities. I don't necessarily think, oh crap, that's never a good sign. That sound was a sound of my Bloomberg trying to disconnect. Like I said, it's never ever a good sign, but it sounds like I lost connection and got it back, so that's good news. All right, so anyway, but if the stock market continues to go higher, if it continues to go higher, then what we'll probably see, like in the case of the Aussie, we'd see it grind back up towards this 74 cent level. I was going to say 73.50 to maybe a little higher than that. Now, one of the other things that I want to point out is the yen pairs, because as you guys know, I'm short dollar yen. If you're in the chat rooms, you also knew that I covered some of it at 104.55, and I sold some on the rally to like 78, just a little lower than where we're at right now. I started adding back. I still think we're going lower. I just think that we were divergent on relative strength, so we need to kind of reset a little bit. But I do think that the yen pairs are going down, and you got to watch them in the event that stocks start to sell off. Because if stocks sell off, then the natural trade, in my opinion, is sell dollar yen. I mean, euro yen's obviously a little oversold right now. Probably can sell into some strength here. Probably not a bad idea here very shortly, actually. Look at the pound yen. That's crazy. That's Brexit related, by the way. Aussie yen, approaching really key support here. New Zealand yen, we need to start making lower lows, in my opinion. Canadian yen, we're getting a little bit of a bounce, but again, I think we can sell into some of the strength. So those are just kind of things that I'm looking at, especially in the event that equities sell off. The point I'm trying to make here with equities is I don't know what we have really to look forward to as far as stocks go. So I think they're going to trade heavy, and I think people are trying to buy this dip. They're trying to buy these dips intraday, and I think you got to be a little careful. You just do. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, hopefully my sound will be better after I restart my computer, which I'm obviously not going to do right now because then I'd have to kill everything and then restart all my positions and blah 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 blah. It literally is like a 30-minute process. Nah, I'm exaggerating. Maybe like a 10-minute process for me. But I'm not even going to bother. I'm sure when I restart my computer tonight, it'll be better tomorrow. So, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you guys are not a ForexAnalytix subscriber, we have our seasonal offer going on right now. So make sure you take advantage of it. And for the rest of you guys, thank you for your continued support. I appreciate it. I will talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon.